Hello everybody, it is Katie from I Like to Cut and Paste, and I am on here for day 7 for July Junk Journal Challenge 2025, hosted by the lovely Leigh at Leigh's Art and Junk Journal Wonderland. I hope that you are enjoying the series. There's so many great things, so many beautiful makes going on. So I've been inspired, and I hope you have too. So Stamp It is today. So I got out some stamps. Excuse me. I got out these Stampin' Up stamps that someone nicely gave to me. They're celebration stamps. So if you have them, get them out. Look at these. They're so cool. These like different trims. So I thought I would use a little villainous potion. I did a little pre-planning. So I stamping always makes me nervous, and I realize that because I'm not the greatest stamper. But I have this paper, and this is some old school paper that I'm going to put on, let's see, this page. All right, so we're gonna kind of do like that, and I think I'm gonna make it a pocket. And then I've got Tim Holtz, this runway collection here of all these stamping ladies. It's one of my favorite sets, and I'm gonna put her here with the frame. So we're gonna see if I can make this come true. So yeah, and then all of a sudden my voice gets all kind of like that. Like, what is that? Only when you need to talk, right? So this is a piece of black foam, and I cut my white cardstock to fit the base of the flower paper to fit on the book, and then I'm just gonna do like this. I see it. I don't know. There we go. Ooh, I like it. So we will. Do you stamp a lot? I mean, I stamp some. Usually it's like to cut it out, I think. You know, or sentiment. Oh, you know what? Let's do this. Let's do this. All right. There we go. I mean, of course it doesn't have to be perfect, but you know when you want it to look nice, do what it's supposed to do. Let's do this. And I don't want it, let's see, we'll make kind of a mask. So we'll put that there. Inky here. It would be good if I looked at my phone, right? See where I am. Okay, so we're gonna do like that. And then we will make sure everything's cleared. There. So that it's kind of like that, like we're making a frame. I kind of, though, just a little extra. Boop. Yeah. Kind of fill it in. Not perfect, but we don't need perfect. That's what I'm telling myself. Let's see. So we'll do it here. And we'll press down. There we go. There we go. So nice. And so what I also thought is, let me get a brush. All right. So I have like one of these little blending brushes, and we'll just do like this. And I thought I would kind of do like that. I must be on a purple kick. Well, if you look at this paper, I thought about like Kitsch Flamingo, but then that might be too much pink. Am I still? I'm still in the frame. Okay, All right. So there we go. All right, that's pretty good so far. All right, so now we're gonna close this up and we are going to get this. This is Memento Tuxedo Black. Will she fit? No. When you use alcohol-based markers, which we'll probably use for coloring in her dress, maybe, you gotta get an ink that doesn't run or get mixed in, especially if you use like a light color like yellow. So that's why I chose this ink versus like black suit or something, because I'm not sure how we're coloring in her dress. All right, so here we go. We're gonna, ooh, why shaky. I'm gonna try to place her in the middle here, right there. You know, I got this little doohickey. It looks like an air hockey puck. I don't want to rock it though. Let's see. Ooh, that's pretty good. Pretty good. All right. So we're gonna put this back. All right, and let's see. I guess I didn't really think about how much white would be behind her, but that's okay. We can always go back. Let me move this out of the way. I was watching somebody and they were talking about trying to prevent a craft-a-lanch, and I was like, yes. So maybe we'll just kind of do like this. Kind of blend it out a little bit better. I was pretty excited about the stamping prompt, but then I was like, there's so many choices. You know, you can stamp anything. You could also use postage stamps. You know, nothing says it actually has to be a polymer rubber image of something, you know. So, all right, so there we have our lady. All right, so I'm testing some colors from the Prisma color markers that I have, and I'm using PM8. So it's a pink color. But I realized is that there's like this underneath. But I guess I'll just worry about that, you know, because I want it to be a little bit lighter. I like these sketchy, I do like these sketchy stamps and like sketchy drawings and stuff like that too. Coloring is not a skill that I'm good at. So, all right, so I did finish her dress. Okay, this is hard. So, I pulled this gray color. So we'll just, maybe it'll be the petticoat or something underneath. I don't know. I kind of was hoping maybe for pink, like a light pink color. So I don't know. We'll do this for now, and then if it bothers me, I'll change it out. I thought if worst comes to worst, like if I stamp this on here and it was a hot mess, then I would just restamp her and cut her out. So, speaking of dresses though, that are beautiful, unlike what's happening here, I wonder if any of you guys are watching The Gilded Age. It's on Max, and I don't watch a lot of TV, but I haven't seen Bridgerton or Downton Abbey. I know, but we watched the first season, Gilded Age. I said, it's going to be popular. We got to watch this from the beginning. And we have. And I just sit there with my husband and I'm like, that dress is so pretty. She looks so good. Like, it really is. All those dresses, I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine. So, and then they have somebody help you get dressed, like the handmaids, I guess, or not handmaids. I don't know, just the maids. That's another show. Which we did watch. We didn't watch the last season because that's a heavy show. So, all right. So there she is. That's okay. It's not bad. All right, let's clear the markers out of the way. All right. Bring this in here. So we got our stamps lady. We got this. I thought it would go pretty on that pink paper. And maybe let's back it out just a little bit. There we go. All right, and so I thought we would make it a pocket. I guess we could do 2 pockets. Do I want to use Fabri-Tac? No. Let's see. So this little piece of paper here, let me tell a story. They used to make scrapbook magazines, and then there used to be like a whole slew, right? Like that was a whole deal, I guess early 2000s. And then as magazines sadly started to go away, there was like some magazines I think printed over in England that you, and maybe you still can. I don't know. I haven't bought a magazine in quite a while, but they would. I think they were printed in like England, and they would have these like papers in them, and you would flip through, and they'd be in the middle, kind of like I can't even think, but they would have papers in them, and sometimes they'd have stamps. You could get like stamp collections. Maybe I'll make it a double pocket. So when I was done with the magazines, of course, if you remember getting magazines, and maybe you still do, and when you'd have a subscription and you didn't have time, they would build up into a whole pile. So one day I was like, okay, I gotta go through these. So I went through, and if there was an idea I liked, I went ahead and like tore it out or took a picture of it. I don't know. And then I went through it and just ripped out all the free pages. Maybe I had a subscription to it. I can't even tell you. I don't know if it was like scrapbooking and card making today. Like I said, I don't even remember. But, woo. All right, friends. So I'm going to leave it there. Maybe I'll add some sparkle. I don't know. But when it dries, we'll put some stuff in the pockets. Thank you so much for joining me. And I will see you tomorrow. Okay, bye-bye.